If you're a sports fan, make sure you go check out SportsCastr for all of your sports needs. Whether you're a football fan, basketball fan, or baseball fan, this app is the perfect way to get news for your team and is an app I personally use myself in case any of you guys want to check out my pregame, halftime, or postgame streams. I'll leave a link in the description below. What is up, Pats Nation? It's Patriots Global back here with another video, and in this one, we're going to talk about a topic that I'm sure by now pretty much all of you know about, and that is the New England Patriots finally trading defensive lineman, I should say, for lack of better words, Micheal Bennett. Micheal Bennett was an offseason addition by the New England Patriots. They originally traded with the Philadelphia Eagles for the veteran defensive lineman. He actually only ended up playing about 6 games here for the Patriots and a total of 130 snaps in his time in Foxborough. Definitely one of the biggest and most interesting parts about this deal is the terms of the deal, and that's the fact that the New England Patriots traded him to the Dallas Cowboys in exchange for a conditional 2021 7th-round pick that could potentially become a 6th-round pick. And let's just digest that for a second. So the conditional pick, of course, means that the Patriots might not even get the pick. He has to meet certain standards in order for the Patriots to get it. And, of course, the other part of this is being the fact that it's a late-round pick, okay? It's not a third-round pick, not a second, most definitely not a first, but no one was definitely expecting that. Not a fifth, anything like that. Very late-round picks, and it's not even for this upcoming draft. It is for the following draft again in 2021. So the fact that the Patriots took very, very, very low compensation for a Pro Bowl defensive lineman for a draft that isn't even for another 2 years really says a lot about how much they wanted to get Micheal Bennett here out of Foxborough. Of course, Micheal Bennett is a 3-time Pro Bowler, has a total of 65.5 sacks and 10 forced fumbles here in his career, and served a 1-game suspension that was actually forced on by the New England Patriots. It wasn't brought on by the NFL. The Patriots organization, straight up as a whole, were the ones that gave him this 1-game suspension, and then they actually reinstated him here on Monday. That 1-game suspension was for conduct detrimental. Basically, what happened was Micheal Bennett had a disagreement with the Patriots defensive lineman coach about basically how he was being used and how he was being utilized and why he wasn't playing. And from what is said, things definitely got a little bit ugly. Of course, Micheal Bennett was asked about the situation, and he said, and I quote, "I mean, it's America. You can voice your opinion about how you feel about certain situations. That's what I did, and I got suspended, lost money. What else am I supposed to take from that? I mean, it's no love loss. It's just how it is." Bennett did say that he did want to be here in New England. He likes playing in New England. Really doubt that that was true. He just seemed very, very snippy, very rude, especially to these reporters, giving them a lot of attitude. And after that, and how he was really speaking after the suspension, really gave everyone that clear message that Micheal Bennett with the Patriots is just not going to be happening for much longer. So, of course, this move obviously sucks. I mean, Micheal Bennett was a guy that me and really everyone thought was going to come in here and make a difference, was going to have a career year in his time with New England. New England really at the beginning did everything right here by Micheal Bennett. I mean, Bill Belichick didn't get on his butt for, Micheal Bennett going out and practicing and working out where he wanted to, obviously that not being with the team. And then Micheal Bennett feeling that he was worth way above the money he was making, so Bill Belichick actually restructured his contract in order to give him more money in the 2 years that he was signed under contract. New England has always wanted to trade for Micheal Bennett. Of course, when he was finally able to be traded out of Seattle, the New England Patriots offered pretty high compensation for him to the Seahawks. I believe it was a 3rd-round pick, if I'm not mistaken. But sadly, they had already dealt him to the Philadelphia Eagles for, I believe, a 4th-round pick. Do not quote me on this, though. And then the Philadelphia Eagles were not utilizing Micheal Bennett the way he wanted to. They had a replacement for Micheal Bennett. Then, of course, again, this offseason, they trade him to the Patriots. Patriots give away that 5th-round pick and just never seemed to pay off for them. The only start that Micheal Bennett had this season was that season opener against the Pittsburgh Steelers. Other than that, he has not started a single game. And I think a lot of people are going to have questions, okay, why is Micheal Bennett not working? Okay, you come in here to New England, you have the best coaching staff, you had a lot of praise for Bill Belichick. He said he always wanted to play for the Patriots, Pro Bowler, so why did it not work out? And really, one of the main purposes and really the big reason here is the fact that the New England Patriots really got vamped up in their linebacker core. And what I mean by that is the fact that the New England Patriots always played more of a 4-3 type of defense. They always had 4 defensive linemen and 3 linebackers. Really, that was always their move. They were always stocking up more so at the defensive line, and then were having their 3 linebackers backing up that defensive line. But now with the evolving group of linebackers who are very versatile, all of them, especially in the re-signing of Jamie Collins, you have Dante Hightower back, you have Kyle Van Noy, Juwan Bentley, and Landon Roberts, just a stellar group of linebackers who are able to do everything. And the New England Patriots just kind of switched up how they were playing defense to more of a 3-4 defense, and kind of having those 4 linebackers back there, and then kind of going a little bit more light on the defensive line. And I mean, it's definitely worked out here for the New England Patriots. I mean, Micheal Bennett really has not played that many snaps for the Patriots. Again, he only had 1 start, and that was the first game of the season, and even then, he did not play a boatload of snaps. So definitely do not worry about this affecting the Patriots' defense and how stellar they are. The only way this is going to affect the Patriots is in depth. If any guys to go down defensively, the New England Patriots need someone to come up. They obviously do not have a veteran now in Micheal Bennett. And it definitely sucks. We can't dismiss the fact that it is a little confusing that they were not able to find a role for someone as performancely stellar as someone like Micheal Bennett, someone who's so versatile at playing throughout the defensive line, something that we all praised him for. Whether the Patriots needed help here at the defensive tackle position, or if they needed someone to set the edge, that's something Micheal Bennett was able to do. And at an elite status, it just seemed like it wasn't working out really anywhere on that defensive line. I mean, he was really getting outplayed at this point, and the New England Patriots just decided to go with other guys. Danny Shelton has really been a star on the rise this entire season. He's been placed a lot more onto the defense. Of course, Lawrence Guy, Adam Butler has been a huge part of this team also. So there kind of was just an odd man out in Micheal Bennett, and that's a crazy thing to say about a Pro Bowl type of defensive player, but sadly it was just true. Clearly, though, Micheal Bennett never actually took on to the Patriot way. It was very, very, very clear. He was always more concerned about himself. He really was a drama queen. He wanted to get paid more. He wanted more money coming in. Patriots were nice enough to give it to him. He didn't want to show up to practices. Bill Belichick was nice enough about that. But he's always been a player that has cared more about his stats, how he's going to perform, and what his numbers look like, rather than him just doing his part and, winning a Super Bowl ring. This does mean now that the New England Patriots will have an open roster spot. I'll be very curious to see what they do with it. But what this also does is it gives them a little bit more room in their cap. New England Patriots really, really needed help at that point. Before Micheal Bennett getting traded, they only had about $10,000 to be able to maneuver. That was really accounted for all of the moves that they have made, both for Sanu, the special teams player that they just added that I made a video on, in Justin Bethel. but they will acquire about $2.6 million. It will help them move around a little bit more and makes it just a tad easier if there is any last-minute moves they want to make. And, of course, them having an open roster spot, obviously they're going to add someone. And if you are a Cowboys fan watching this, then you're getting a good player nonetheless. You're going to be getting a diva, a guy who cares more about himself than he's going to care about the actual team. But, you know, you guys are still very much contenders, okay? You are struggling a little bit, especially compared to how you were doing in the beginning of the season. So you need to keep your game going, and you're really not going to be wasting anything. A comp pick in 2021, a 7th round pick, and possibly that turns into a 6th. Very possibly. At that point, there's really nothing you guys are able to lose. I wouldn't be surprised to see Micheal Bennett actually doing better with the Cowboys and fitting into that 4-3 defense that the Cowboys have. Again, because Micheal Bennett is a 4-3 defense player, not the 3-4 defense that the Patriots switched to this season. Of course, the most interesting part about this is the fact that the New England Patriots are still going to be playing the Dallas Cowboys in Gillette Stadium in a couple of weeks. November 24th, the Patriots will host the Cowboys, and Micheal Bennett will be on that team playing in that game as long as he's not injured. But that's going to be it for today's video. The New England Patriots have made a trade. Okay, we were all very much expecting this. Low snap counts for Micheal Bennett, him being pretty rude in an interview, getting suspended, all signs pointing him out of New England. Please make sure you guys subscribe if you have not already and like this video. Make sure you guys share this video with everybody who knows New England, the Patriots Global family. And other than that, I will catch you guys in another video.